The reason why the loch was designated as a special protection area for birds was because under Article 4.1 of the Birds Directive, it's qualified for supporting population of Hooper swan and nationally important breeding population of common tern. And under Article 4.2 of that Birds Directive, it also qualified for supporting over 20,000 different wildfowl species on the loch. So if we look at our wintering Bewick swan population, over the last number of years, that population has actually declined, and the swan has actually become extinct on Lough Neagh. And this could be down to climate change. The bird itself is short stopping out on the continent along their migration routes. Maybe the warming of the continent or milder winters there means favourable locations for that species along that route. Great crested grebe are actually quite stable on the loch, whereas outside of the loch in Northern Ireland, the population appears to be declining. So the Lough Neagh is actually quite an important site for that species. Trends hopefully in the future will paint a better picture of that.
Okay, so Lough Neagh, it's a huge place, it's a massive loch, but it's got loads of really important habitat for our bird life. So for example, as we can see out here right now, there's lots of wintering water birds. So we've got lots of goldeneye and tufted duck and pochard, and these are some of our diving ducks that spend the winter time here on Lough Neagh, diving down under the surface to feed on things at the bottom of the loch. So there's a huge food resource here for these birds that spend, some of them breed here, but a lot of our winter population is supplemented by birds that are bred further north. So this provides a real winter refuge for these birds. So it's really, really important in the winter time. Lough Neagh is also really important in the summertime. There's such a multitude of habitats around the loch and on all the islands. The islands provide a refuge for these birds. There's the reed beds, there's wet woodland, there's wet grassland that supports a lot of breeding birds. So we've got lots of breeding waders, we've got breeding common terns and other seabirds, breeding great crested grebes, and then small birds too. So things like our warblers that winter in Africa and breed here in the springtime. Things like reed warblers and sedge warblers use the reed beds around the loch to breed. You need decades worth of data really to start seeing these trends, because populations are so variable year on year that you need this long-term data. So the ringing at these sites is really valuable. And this is a standardized approach to bird ringing. So it's called constant effort site ringing, where the same nets are used each year in the same places at the same intervals throughout the breeding season. And that gives us really robust, repeatable data year on year. So we can compare populations and survival, as I've said. One of the key surveys is the wetland bird survey that our volunteers do around Lough Neagh. So they go out on a monthly basis and count all the water birds that they see. So the ducks, swans, and other things like that. And then that's contributed to this huge database of decades worth of data on our birds and how they're doing. And that is invaluable data. Without knowing how the birds are faring, we can't start to implement any conservation action. So the wetland bird survey, or Webb surveys that have gone on around the loch, have told us some really, really important things. Since the 1980s, there's been a pretty steep decline in a lot of our overwintering water birds. So our tufted ducks, our pochards, our goldeneyes have declined quite dramatically. And we wouldn't know that without the wetland bird survey and the volunteers that do that survey. So it's a really, really valuable data source. So that tells us what's happening. Teasing apart the reasons why is the really, really tricky bit. There's a whole multitude of things going on. These birds are migratory as well. So things could be happening on their breeding grounds, on their migration routes, their stopover sites, as well as here on the loch. So it's a big complex picture that a lot of research is needed to tease that apart. And we're starting to do that. Ringing can tell us a bit more about the survival of the bird. So because we can age the birds when we catch them, we can then look year on year as to whether we're catching more or less adults and juveniles, and then that can give us an indication about survival between years, which is really vital for starting to tease apart why their populations might be changing. So for example, reed warblers have had a massive increase in recent years. They've really boomed in the reed beds around the loch, which is great. We think it might be linked to climate change, but again, we need more data to be able to tell. Whereas sedge warblers anecdotally might be seeing a decline. So again, we don't have enough data to tell why that is at the moment, but this ringing is really valuable.
My job as ranger for Lough Neagh Partnership is a dream job for me. I grew up close to the shores of Lough Neagh. I've always felt so passionate about the wildlife, and it's just such an enriching career. The wildlife that I experience day to day, the scenery. A lot of people think it could be tough to get up for 4:30 in the morning to do a bird survey, but when you're actually down here and the sun's rising and there's a layer of mist over the ground, it's just hard to beat. It's such a special place. So today we're in the schoollands area of Derrylaughan and Derrytresk, which is in the southwest corner of Lough Neagh. And Lough Neagh Partnership have got a lease from the Department of Education to do some management on these sites. So we will be hopefully doing some peatland restoration, re-wetting the bog to bring the habitat into more favourable condition. We are currently about to enter our 3rd year of our constant effort bird ringing project at Killyculpy on the western shores of the loch. That pretty much involves very early mornings, so we be on the site for 5:30 and we erect our mist nets in the reed beds. And what we want to do is we are targeting small breeding birds like our migrant warblers, like sedge warblers, willow warblers, chipchas, blackcaps, those types of species, as well as our resident birds as well. In our constant effort bird ringing site, we have our nets up in the same locations on each visit for the same amount of time, and that keeps our survey effort constant, that's where the survey gets its name from. This type of survey allows us to monitor bird populations over time. So the longer that we carry out the survey, the more useful our data will be year on year. So we'll start to see trends in our bird populations around the loch. So the Killyculpy CES is one of 4 CES sites around Lough Neagh. So we've got the one at Trad, which is the longest running one. It's been going for about 8 years now, up outside Ballyronan. We've got one at Oxford Island and one at Portmore Loch as well. And there's a 5th CES in the Belfast Hills as well at Mullaglass. This survey looks at abundance, so it helps us to get an idea of the amount of birds of each species that are in an area, and also productivity, so the numbers of young birds that are being born and fledged from the nest each year. So it's a very strict methodology. So we put our mist nets up in the reed bed and wet scrub, and the birds pretty much, as they're flying through the vegetation, will fly into the net. It's a very fine mesh net and they have pockets. So once the bird hits the net, it drops into a wee pocket. We'll gently extract it and put a uniquely numbered ring on the bird's leg, and that will allow us to identify that bird as an individual. So if it's caught in another country, or if we catch it again next year, we'll know exactly the sex of the bird and the rough age of it as well. We're extremely excited to enter into our 3rd year of the project. Last year we started to catch some of the birds that we'd ringed in the 1st year of the project, and that's so exciting. So a lot of our migrant birds, they'll be migrating to sub-Saharan Africa. So that migration journey is very perilous. The birds could be up against rough weather conditions, predation, and human disturbance or interference. So it's a joy to see the birds that we catch last year returning to the Lough Neagh shores. So far we've had a few of our birds ringed at Killyculpy have been caught by other bird ringers in France and Portugal. So that allows us to see what migration routes these birds are taking. So we're rooting for our little migratory birds to make it back to Lough Neagh shores this summer.